Hi, welcome to Vic and Burns Sports Chat. I'm Vic and welcome to our NFL Week 4 review and a smaller peek preview of Week 5. Like I always say, after Week 4 we know a lot, and this week we know a lot. Some unbelievable games, some big upsets, things I didn't see coming, but let's get straight into it. It all started out on Thursday evening with the Dallas Cowboys visiting the New York Giants in MetLife. I actually had the Giants winning this one, but it came a little bit differently. Cowboys won 2015. Great game from Dak Prescott. The Giants just don't have enough options, I think, on offense. Dak played great. I still think their running game needs to improve from the Cowboys, but good win for the Cowboys, and they are 2-2, and they keep on marching. And let's see what they come up with this week in Week 5. Another tough game for them. Will be interesting. Then we move on. We move on to a game that I did not see this happening. I just didn't see this happening. The Broncos beat the Jets at home in the Jets' home stadium, 10-9. Terrible football game. Not a lot of excitement. Got to give it a Bo Nix. He got the job done at the end. When does Aaron Rodgers not throw a touchdown? The Jets had 3 field goals and that was it. Rodgers was okay, but I mean, come on. If you seriously want to contend for a Super Bowl, you can't be playing like that. I mean, it's just not good enough. That bad man Aaron Rodgers needs to up his game, but the whole team needs to up his game. Defensive end for both teams was strong, but you can see where the problems lie for the Broncos. Definitely they need more offense, and the Jets, was it a bad day at the office for Aaron Rodgers? What did he say a few years ago? Don't panic, take it easy, relax. Yeah, I think relaxing is over for the Jets. I think they really need to now pick it up. Then a cracking game of football. The Minnesota Vikings went to the frozen tundra to play against the Green Bay Packers. At the beginning, I thought this was going to be like the biggest blowout in history. I mean, the Vikings with Sam Darnold, they looked like Super Bowl contenders. They played so well at the beginning. They big lead, and everybody thought this game was over. And then all of a sudden, the Green Bay Packers started chipping away at the lead. But at the end, Vikings held on to win 31-29. Jordan Love, you can't turn the ball. You can't have 3 interceptions. Let me just tell you guys. He passed for 390 yards, 4 touchdowns, and 3 interceptions. The numbers look good except for those 3 interceptions. You can't have that. Sam Darnold, solid. 275, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception. A lot of people were writing Sam Darnold off. I mean, he moved from the Jets, then he was at the Panthers, having a solid season. He's in a stable environment. They've got him some good weapons. They obviously got Justin Jefferson as a good weapon out there. Aaron Jones doing the running for them, so they look solid. One of 2 teams that are 4-0 at the moment. One of only 2 teams in the NFL that are unbeaten at the moment, the Minnesota Vikings. So looking forward to their next game, but we'll get into that when we get to the preview for Week 5. Yeah, and then we get into a divisional game. The Saints at the Falcons. I knew this was going to be an exciting game. 2 teams with solid quarterbacks. I'm more a fan of Kirk Cousins than I am of Derek Carr, but both played well. Exciting game, back and forth, very tight. The Falcons won this one, 26-24. That division is really looking interesting. Both on 2-2 now. You've got the Bucs a little bit ahead of both of them. Are they going to make the playoffs? I think these 2 teams, one of them will make the playoffs with the Bucs. It's going to be very interesting what goes forward. I trust Kirk Cousins more than I trust Derek Carr. So I think the Falcons have got a little bit of an edge here. Alvin Kamara was good again, played well. But they might make the playoffs, but I don't think they're going to do anything spectacular. This is solid teams. Both of them will both be around 500 at the end of the season. 100%. Then to another interesting game. I don't know what's wrong with those Philadelphia Eagles. They lost this one 16-33. They were never in this game. I mean, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers ran wild shot on these boys. Jalen Hurts, can't blame it all on Jalen Hurts. I just think there's something going on in Philadelphia between Jalen Hurts and Nick Sirianni. I mean, his comments after the game kind of gives you the feeling they're not on the same page, you know. Saquon Barkley, I mean, that's the best thing that they did in the off-season. He's monster, Saquon Barkley, but I don't know. I don't think this team is engaged enough and not playing for the coach. I think there's a coaching change coming up in Philadelphia very soon. It's going to be one of the first teams to change the coach. And always remember, there's that guy called Bill Belichick that is without a job at the moment. Could be interesting. Baker played very well. 347, a touchdown. Obviously got a good weapon in Mike Evans. He did well, 94 yards and a touchdown on 8 receptions. Baker, play football, keep your mouth shut. You do not have the right, or you haven't earned the right, to even put the words Tom Brady in your mouth. Talking about, when I came in, I had to make sure the guys were having fun again and stuff like that. I mean, I'm so glad Tom Brady reacted to what you have to say and shut your ass down. I love you, Baker. Shut the fuck up, play football. Win something, and then talk. Losers always talk about everything else. Winners win, and Tom Brady was a winner, and he shut you down. Okay, and then another very exciting game, very important game. More for the Bengals than for the Panthers, because I don't think the Panthers are going anywhere this year. Bengals won this one, 34-24 in Carolina. They had to win this one. No bullshitting around. Cincinnati Bengals had to win this one. They're now 1-3, still not in a good position, but now they can start building, because I think they are definitely a team that can still make the playoffs. They've got all the weapons. Burrows, Chase, Higgins. They got them all. Chase Brown, they've got them all. Panthers, look, Andy Dalton's doing a good job. I don't know if you see Bryce Young this year anymore. Panthers got a lot of decisions to make in the next few weeks. Stick with Dalton, bring Bryce Young back, give him another chance. Or have you written Bryce Young off and you're looking for the quarterback in the draft? Not easy. Let me give you a few numbers. I mean, Andy Dalton was solid, 220, 2 touchdowns and an interception. Joe Burrow, 232, 2 touchdowns and an interception, played well. I thought Chase Brown was good with 80 yards, 2 touchdowns. The running back from the Cincinnati Bengals. And Jamar Chase, 3 receptions, 85 yards and a touchdown. The main man for the Panthers is definitely Chuba Hubbard. He had 18 carries, 104 yards and a touchdown. You see, somebody's going to look for a trade come mid-season, because, I mean, let's be honest, they're not going anywhere. And the Panthers are famous for trading their good players. They traded away McCaffrey 2 years ago, so let's see what happens. But, Panthers, no playoffs. Bengals definitely could go towards the playoffs. Then we get into our next game. Jaguars against the Texans. Jaguars, another team, 0-4. Terrible start to the season. I still believe you have the quarterback for the future in Trevor Lawrence. Played a lot better in this game. But I don't think there's no playoffs in sight this year. I think that's gone. You'd have to make a major turnaround. You'd have to win 10 or 11 of your next 13 games. I can't see that happening. Houston, I just think, had a blip last week, and CJ Stroud was phenomenal again, played really, really well. Texan fans, you going to the playoffs, don't worry, you're definitely going to the playoffs. Let me give you some of the stats here quickly, just put that out there. Like I was saying, CJ Stroud, 345, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, that's important. And Nico Collins, 12 receptions, 151 yards, receiving and a touchdown. Really, really impressive. So Texans looking up. Jaguars are not looking down because you can't go further than being 0-4. I just think they don't win more than 5-6 games this year. Max. Another good game with the Pittsburgh Steelers at the Indianapolis Colts. I was a little bit disappointed with the Steelers. I expected a lot more, especially after what we've seen in the first 3 weeks. Justin Fields, solid, 312, 1 touchdown, no interceptions. Fields has been playing well. There's definitely no change coming there. I don't care when Russell Wilson gets healthy. You stick with Fields. I mean, he's done a good job. Anthony Richards, now he's injured. And then the old man. A lot of these teams are picking up the old men again. Maybe I got a chance. Joe Flacco played very well for them. Did a good job for the Indianapolis Colts. Joe Flacco, he's won a Super Bowl. He's solid. He knows what he's doing. But the team of Indianapolis, it's all about Jonathan Taylor. Jonathan Taylor plays well, you got a chance, and he played well in this game, and you won. You got that. And what's his name as well? Michael Pittman Jr. Big game for him as well. 6 receptions, 113 yards. I didn't expect the Colts to win this one, but hey, listen here. Colts are 2-2. Steelers are 3-1. Everything to play for both these teams. I still think that both of them don't make the playoffs. That's just my opinion, but we'll see as the weeks go on. But tendency after 4 weeks is positive for both of these teams. Definitely positive for both of these teams. Then we move on. Hey, look, there's that song, It Never Rains in Southern California. It is goddamn raining on you Rams at the moment. I don't know what's wrong with the Rams. I expect the Rams to be a lot better. They are 1-3 now, but they lost to the Bears. I thought hell will freeze over before the Rams lose to the Bears this year. 18-24. The Bears are not a good football team, and that does not speak well for the LA Rams. Stafford, got to pick up your game. Caleb Williams, I like the way the young kid's playing. Just, if you're a Bears fan and if you're in the Bears organization, just don't put too much pressure on the guy. Use the season to ease him in there. He doesn't need to make the playoffs. He doesn't need to be... Just get him a good, solid season. Get him used to playing in the NFL. And I think you've got a good quarterback for the future. At the moment, right now, can't see any of these teams making the playoffs. Can't see the Rams making the playoffs. Not the way they're playing. They've got one of the best coaches in the league. He needs to turn things around. Bears, hey, look, 2-2, you're doing well. You're doing well, congratulations. Still not going to make the playoffs. You're still not going to make the playoffs. All right, so let's get into a team that has absolutely blown me away this season. I did not see this happening, I'll be very honest. In my preseason predictions, I did not have the Commanders doing anything. Apologize to everybody in Washington or Washington Commander fans. You guys have been sensational this year. Your young quarterback, Daniels, is doing unbelievably well. You're 3-1. You destroyed the Arizona Cardinals in Arizona, in Phoenix, 42-14. I'm a fan. I'll be watching you guys. I didn't think make a chance of making the playoffs. I still think it's going to be tough. But hey, keep it up, keep on going. The whole league, nobody talked about you. And now you've got everybody's attention. Keep it going positively. The Cardinals are the Cardinals. I just don't think Tyler Murray is good enough. I'm not a fan, so maybe I'm a little bit biased. I just think the boy's not physically strong enough to play the quarterback position. I think it's a problem for them. I don't think they're a great team. I don't think their defense is any good. I don't like their coach. I just don't like the Cardinals. I love Phoenix, but I don't like the Cardinals. Yeah, and then the next game we had, the Chiefs against the Chargers. Now, I was looking forward to this game. I watched it live. Game started. I thought, okay, if the Chargers get off to a good start, this could be interesting. And they got off to a great start. Mahomes threw his 5th touchdown in 4 games. I don't know what's wrong with Mahomes. A little bit. his 5th interception in 4 games. Better say it like that. I don't know. Travis Kelce was sensational for them especially in the second half. But I mean, as a Chargers fan, you've got to be disappointed. You start the game off, you get 2 turnovers, you score 10 points, you're up 10-0, and then basically you get shut out. The Chiefs just shut you out. The Chiefs has got a good defense. People always talk about Mahomes, they talk about Kelce, they talk about everybody else. I mean, they lost one of their best players in Rice. I mean, he's injured, I don't know, most probably out for the season. But everybody talks about the offense, but the Kansas City Chiefs has got a championship winning defense. Folks, don't discount their defense. They won this game 17-10. Like I said, they shut out the Chargers after the first quarter. Chargers only scored in the first quarter. So yeah, it's worrying signs for the rest of the league because the Chiefs are not playing well. Any Chiefs fan will tell you the first 4 games were not played well. They didn't play well. They could have easily have lost 4 of them. But a good team finds ways to win even when they're not playing well. And the defense keeps them in the games. And at the end of the games, you always have Mahomes that can come up with some Mahomes magic. So worrying signs for the NFL, if they're not playing well and they're winning and they're 4-0, can you imagine when they start playing well? Things are going to get really tough for other teams. We'll see what happens. I still don't have them winning the Super Bowl this year, but hey, Kansas City, prove me wrong. Then we had a game that everybody thought was going to be a blockbuster. The Bills at the Ravens. The Ravens. No, got to rephrase that. Derrick Henry single-handedly dismantled the Buffalo Bills. I mean, Josh Allen played well. No interceptions, also no touchdowns. Threw the ball well. But they just couldn't stop the run. Or like I said, they couldn't stop Derrick Henry. I mean, he could have gone, they should have fed him even more. He could have gone for 300 yards in this one. Let me tell you that he did go for, I think, 190 yards. Let me just check it out. 199 and a touchdown. I mean, he was mustard. Lamar Jackson played solid, threw for 2 touchdowns, 156 yards, no interceptions. Good performance from the Ravens. They needed that after starting 2-0. They're now 2-2. Looks like the Ravens machinery is starting to run. They were my Super Bowl pick to get to the Super Bowl. Bills, was it a bad day at the office? I mean, what it did show is the Bills don't have a great run defense. And that's been shown the whole season already. So Bills fans, you're going to have to shore up that running game. The running defense is what I mean. But yeah, the Bills are 3-1. The way Aaron Rodgers is playing with the Jets, the Bills should make the playoffs. They should win that division. Then we get into the Monday night games. Yep, so Monday night. 2 not very good football teams. Tennessee gets their first win of the year. They beat the Dolphins 31-12. Both at 1-3. Dolphins, look, if without Tua, going nowhere. Tyler Huntley, solid 96 yards. He only threw 22 times. No touchdowns, no interceptions. But you can see the whole team is deflated. Tyreek, Waddle, they're all not doing their jobs properly. Titans started, with Mason Rudolph and Will Levis both play a little bit in this game. Are those the 2 quarterbacks that you're going to build your franchise on? I doubt it. Can see them trying to do something in the draft or even maybe a trade or something like that. There are some good backup quarterbacks out there. When you look at the situation in Pittsburgh, how long is one of those 2 going to be happy not being the number 1 guy? I mean, if Pittsburgh switch over to Russell Wilson, does Justin Fields says, get me out of here? Or if Justin Fields stays the number 1 and Russell Wilson's the backup, does he say, look, I want out of here? So there are good quarterbacks around on the market. But hats off to the Titans. You got your first win of the season. Dolphins, you're in a tough division because you got the Bills and the Jets. You'll win against the Patriots. Hurts my heart, but that's just the way it is. Then the second game on Monday night. Seattle against the Detroit Lions. The Detroit Lions played like they played last season. Jared Goff was perfect. 19 for 19. Perfect game by Jared Goff. Every pass hit his man. Their running game was good. Their passing game was good. Their defense was good. Seattle, I thought Geno Smith played a good game. I just think you can't stop the run and you can't run yourselves. You had the same problem when you played the Patriots. You won that one. You've had the problem the whole season. You can't stop the run and you don't know how to run yourselves. The coach there has got to make some changes. I still think Seattle have a good chance of making the playoffs. Like I said, I don't think they get a better record than 10-7, maybe 9-8. That's what I'm thinking. Lions against the playoffs. Lions are my Super Bowl pick. I have the Ravens against the Lions in the Super Bowl. So and I have the Lions winning the Super Bowl this year. So a lot of people say you can't win a Super Bowl with Jared Goff. I just think he could just get there if he plays like he plays yesterday. Good passing, no stupid mistakes. So that was our roundup for this week. Next week the first teams are having their bye. Not everybody's playing next week. Now, the next few weeks are going to always have teams resting, getting their bye week. Then the international games in London and Germany start, so that's going to be interesting. But we'll get straight into that when we look at the preview for week 5. All right, so let's get into our preview for week 5. We'll run through these really quickly, not to bore you too much. Detroit, Tennessee, Philadelphia, and Los Angeles, they are Chargers, LA Chargers. LA Chargers, Philadelphia Eagles, Tennessee Titans, and the Detroit Lions are all on a bye week. I think Philadelphia needs that bye week. The Chargers need that bye week. I think Detroit would have preferred to keep on playing, but those are the 4 teams that are off this week. Then it all starts on Thursday night. Tampa Bay against the Atlanta Falcons. Divisional challenge. Should be a good one. I'm just going to give you a quick tip. I'm going here with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Then we have the New York Jets travel to Minnesota. The bad man Aaron Rodgers better turn up. I can't see anything but a Minnesota win here. I'm total trust in Sam Darnold this year. I think the Minnesota win this one comfortably. Carolina at Chicago. I think Carolina gets the second win of the season. I think Andy Dalton can definitely pull a rabbit out of a hat. Chicago, Caleb Williams. We'll see what he does. Then Baltimore at Cincinnati. That's the big game. This is going to be a game that tells me a lot about the Cincinnati Bengals. Baltimore have now won the last 2. They're on a run. Cincinnati, I hope you're practicing stopping the run because Derrick Henry's coming for you boys. And Joe Burrow, you're going to need a phenomenal game to stop these Ravens. But King Henry's coming. Miami, New England. A Miami shit show against the New England shit show. Just because it's my Patriots, I'm going with the Patriots. But this could be anything. This could be the first 0-0 in the history of football. I don't know. There's 2 very, very, very weak football teams. Cleveland and Washington. Hey, Washington, I'm supporting you now. Commanders all the way. Then we have Indianapolis travel to Jacksonville. I think Jacksonville gets their first win of the season. I think Trevor Lawrence comes good here. Buffalo at Houston. Now that's a big game. Flip of a coin. But I still think the home team, I'll go the home team and I'll go with Houston Texans. Las Vegas at Denver. I think Denver win this one. I like Bo Nix, just like his name. Bo Nix, I think Denver wins this one. Arizona at San Francisco. I can see one hell of a beating coming here. I can see the 49ers win this one by 30, maybe 40. Can't see the Cardinals doing anything in San Francisco. I'm just waiting for McCaffrey to come back and then the whole squad in 49ers will be ready and then they're just going to run over people. Green Bay at the Rams. 2 teams that desperately both need a win. Another flip of a coin. This is, like I say, any given Sunday, anything's possible. New York at Seattle. The Giants are not winning in Seattle. To our friend Dominic out there, your Seahawks will move to 4-1. Dallas at Pittsburgh. Look, no one knows. It's like a box of chocolates. You don't know what you're going to get with the Dallas Cowboys. I think Pittsburgh win this one at home. I think Dallas drops to 2-3. And then we have a Monday night game, and that is the New Orleans Saints against the Kansas City Chiefs. At Arrowhead, listen here, only a fool would bet against the Kansas City Chiefs. I think the Chiefs go 5-0. I think we're going to have 2 5-0 teams after this weekend with the Vikings and the Kansas City Chiefs. So that's my roundup for this week. Hey, guys, football is really getting exciting now. This is when after 4 weeks, this is when it really starts to pick up, when you start seeing in which direction it's going. It's been a good season, a lot of upsets, a lot of great games, a lot of fantastic performances. You think of the Alvin Kamaras, the Derrick Henrys, the CJ Strouds, the Daniels, the quarterback from Sam Donald. I mean, a lot of guys are doing a lot of good things. We'll see. Let's enjoy this weekend. And please write your comments in, let us know. Remember to like, subscribe, and hit that notification button. And if you have anything to say, just let us know. Any critique, any good pointers, maybe things we can change, just let us know. Hey, you guys, peace, love, and happiness, and enjoy yourselves.